Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show, the podcast. I am wearing OG the show, the podcast merch. Wild. Still fits. You could purchase it if you like. Links are down below. But yeah, just thought I'd point that out. It's a cool retro shirt. Um, we're talking about Hall of Fame stuff today. Mostly very positive. Couple little nitpicks. But you know how it is here. We calls it as we sees it. So thank you again for being here for another week. Let's get to it. Um, I will point out the very small negatives first because they don't need to take up too much time. Then we'll talk about the program itself to unlock some Hall of Fame folks. First negative, I did not like being held hostage on Sunday, waiting for the ceremony to end for the content to drop. I didn't get that, not gonna lie. It's the biggest of nitpicks, and not like a full-blown critique, but you could have just dropped it Saturday, or Friday, I mean, when all the rest of the content dropped, the sixth inning. Or you just could have done it Sunday morning, like, hey, everybody, good morning. Here's a bunch of stuff to do leading into the Hall of Fame ceremony. Nitpicks, man. Just nitpicks. Nothing crazy. I don't want to overblow it. The second minor complaint I have is an actually more substantial one. So, as part of the Hall of Fame program, which we'll dive into more, don't worry, we're not just glossing over it, this really fun 99 Dave Parker came out. This is a super fun card. Right fielder. It's the only position he has. Good contact, fine power, vision and clutch are good, rocket of an arm, 74 speed. This is a perfect time for 99 Dave Parker to be released. We are at a point in the game where 99s are just beginning to come into play. Dave Parker, when he was previously in the game, was often a player that just got overshadowed too fast, or he was dropped at the wrong time, or whatever it was. This was like the sweet spot for Dave Parker to be used by a vast majority of the player base. Unfortunately, what they also did on Sunday was give us a new Legends and Flashbacks collection. Who is primary right fielder Jose Bautista. And this card, up and down, is just better than Dave Parker. Dave Parker has 2 points better of vision and 2 points better in speed. And that is effectively the difference. But this card is insane. And I'm not complaining about this card. This card's crazy. A little bit of a curveball in terms of who I thought the collection would be. I thought they would stick to the Hall of Fame theme and give us an Inner Circle Hall of Famer. They did not. They gave us Joey Bats. Fine. He's great. And I understand not everybody has Joey Bats right away. I'm not insinuating that people do. But you release a guy, Dave Parker, a Hall of Famer, who this is finally his time to shine in lineups, and immediately superseded by Jose Bautista. Just a critique in terms of content. Decisions. I don't know who else would have made sense. A big beefy first baseman. We're kind of a pitcher, which I know people don't like pitcher collections. I get it, but it just felt it felt a little yucky to have Dave Parker come out and then this Jose Bautista that's drastically better. This Joey Bats can play third. I still feel like right field is his best position, given his cannon of an arm. Arm strength is at third is good, don't get me wrong, but I think it's more useful in the outfield. At least with the game and the way it plays. Dave Parker does not have any secondaries. In his career, he also dabbled in left, center, first base, 19 games, and second base, 1 game. Was kind of hoping they would find a way to give him that first base secondary, because that would have opened him up big time to being used. But neither here nor there. Either way, Jose Bautista is here. I have not unlocked Parker or CC Sabathia yet, but my current lineup looks a little something like this. Jose Bautista in right, Beltran in center, Ted Williams in left. First baseman, Rod KREW. I sold Ketel Marte because I was excited for the combo of KREW and Chase Utley playing second base. Ketel was not really crushing it for me, and for some reason, he's the worst defensive second baseman you've ever seen. Chase Utley changes that. Jimmy Rollins at short, Ted Simmons at third. This card is insane. My weekend classic was on Legend because I got stuck in the Diamond tier. Didn't want to be. Wanted to be on Hall of Fame. And Ted Simmons on Legend. 3 for 5, a double and 2 Nuki Dukes. This card fucks hard. That's a rhyme. This card's nutsy poo. Shout out nutsy poo. This card's fun. Catching Cal Raleigh, DH, and Kyle Schwarber. So that is the way my lineup has changed with the new content. Dave Parker, unfortunately, I just don't think is going to get the spot. There's a world where I move Batista to third, and then Ted Simmons to first, and then Dave Parker goes to right, and KREW or Utley share second base. We'll figure that out, but I think this right now is my optimal lineup. Rod Carew's swing, by the way, if you're like, ooh, Rod Carew, it is the top 3 swings in the game. Rod Carew is insane. Give him a try. I promise you'll be pleased with it. My rotation is Burns, Kluber, Clemens, Kershaw, Witherspoon. Sabathia may take the place of Witherspoon or even Kershaw. I'm actually kind of not doing great with Kershaw. 5.18 ERA in 41 innings. That's high for me. We'll see. Billy Wagner holding down the fort as a lefty reliever. He's here. And Dick Allen just misses out. He could play a little first. He could play a little third. He could play a little left. He's honestly best suited as a bench bat at first base for KREW. Where can we make that work? Let's, Tim Raines is probably the superfluous guy here. Let's put Dickie Allen on the bench. Dick Allen deserves it. If Rod Carew faces a lefty late, no. Dick Allen comes in. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then we have Caminero for Utley's lefty that he faces late. Will Smith for a little running for Cal Raleigh. And Pete Crow Armstrong to run for, I suppose, Joey Bats or Ted Williams. But, like, their speed's high enough. That's the team as of now. But let's talk program. The program is a little cumbersome and lengthy, which is both annoying and exactly what we've asked for, so we really can't complain. We've wanted meaningful grinds for meaningful cards, and we've gotten that. They listened to us, they gave us that. You do your 4 moments, you get these 2, we'll call them starter versions of Dave Parker and CC. You will use them to grind out their missions. And at the end, you get this Dave Parker, or toward the end, you get that Dave Parker, and then at the end, you get CC. I am skeptical of CC. He's probably my favorite pitcher of all time. The 2009 World Series. I'm a Yankee fan. Love CC's attitude. I think he's a little too easy to read in this game. And his quirks don't do a ton. His slider's a little too slow, even though his controls and break are really good. I'm going to give him a try. If he's not a video this week, he will be a video next week. I promise. TBD. I'm busy this week, really busy, so it depends on the pace at which I can attack this. But you have to do missions with everybody. Dave Parker's got missions, both for himself and teams he's played on, and right fielders. Billy Wagner, got to play with him, his teams, closers, and all that. Dick Allen, down the line. CC down the line. So, it's a semi-annoying mission list to track. So what I've deemed the best way to do it, because remember, you have to get wins with Sabathia's teams, well, players from his teams, Guardians, Brewers, Yankees. You have to get saves and innings with Billy Wagner type players. So, sorry if you just heard my phone buzz, I apologize. I have constructed a grinding team that I think is the most efficient. And I think because you need wins and saves, your best thing to do is take it into the draft conquest. So this is what I've put together. The players can be interchangeable. The teams I think you should stick to. We have Pirates in the outfield, plus Pirate shortstop, Pirate DH, and then we have Phillies everywhere else. So I have 4 Phillies and 5 Pirates. I suppose you can mix and match like Brewers and other teams that Parker played for, but this is just how I've put it together just for consistency. And then the pitching is just going to be entirely this CC Sabathia for 2 innings, and then this Billy Wagner for saves. We are intentionally going to get out while grinding to maintain the save situation. And then once the wins are checked off and the saves are checked off, it's no hold bar. We're going in to beat the CPU to a pulp, and we're just going to blast them with everything we've got. If you do this effectively, you do one draft conquest, check a lot of boxes, get your stubs from the draft conquest, very important, and then just go to play versus CPU. Because a lot of the other missions are just accumulation-based. You know, total bases with that Dave Parker, extra base hits with that Dave Parker. Then when you unlock the Hall of Fame Parker, swap him in, you need hits with him, home runs with him. And then, you know, hits with right fielders, which honestly we could probably optimize this even further. Just so we could double dip a little bit. Let's go to Pirates. And let's go to secondaries. Roberto Clemente plays right field. Let's put him in. Secondaries, Starling Marte is a center fielder. Brian Reynolds, center fielder. This guy, first baseman. All right, so maybe that's not the right tact. But let's look at Phillies first baseman, Bryce Harper. Let's see if they have a secondary right field. They do not. Nope, you got to stay in. Secondary right field, they do not. It's okay. You can optimize this lineup however you'd like. I'm just kind of thinking on the fly here, but this is how you got to think. If you're trying to do these things efficiently, see where things can overlap. You know, Dick Allen, I think you got to hit home runs with, so we can even... Look, we're adjusting this on the fly. I did this pretty quickly, but we're just going to make these moves so we can figure this out together. Dick Allen, you need hits with third baseman. Okay? So let's see if we can find some secondary third baseman from the Phillies or Pirates or other teams that fit this. So Ralph Kiner, we don't have to be tied to you, but let's see if there's a Pirate who can play third but also left. Also, you can kind of play out of position within a certain degree. You're just playing the CPU. It doesn't really matter a ton. Let's go out of position. Brian Hayes, you are now the third baseman. Or Dick Allen plays left field. Even better. Look, we've solved two problems at once. We got extra stuff with third baseman, and we move some boys around. A Pirate who's a third base primary. We're into the bronzes now. Never mind. Can Alec Bohm play first base? I bet your bottom dollar in real life that he could if he had to. There he is. Otto Kemp is Otto Kemp's a third baseman. Boom. Bingo. Got him there. Yeah, you know, we're making moves. We're going to figure this out, and we're going to optimize the shit out of this and do this as fast as humanly possible. That's the goal. To not spend years doing this. Is there a Pirate we can put here? Probably not, because we just put Brian Hayes there, and they're fresh out of third baseman, is what my guess would be. And yeah, I was right. All right, so listen, we're fine. This lineup gets things done. I am pleased with this. My pickle is tickled. And then, like I said, pitching-wise, we're just literally exclusively going to pitch CC Sabathia and Billy Wagner. Exclusively. In the Conquest. 2 innings with CC, 1 with Billy Wagner. Win every game. You've conquered that program in hopefully not more than a few hours. The Conquest is going to take you 1 hour for sure, even if you rush through it 45 minutes tops, which ain't that bad. And again, you're getting stubs from it, so I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of the Draft Conquest. That's how I've built all my stub capital I have right now. And then bashing the CPU to a pulp on rookie mode is kind of your speed at which you move. Obviously, as we're going through the Conquest, we're chipping away at these things. Like, this might be done during the Conquest. Total bases with second half Dave Parker, extra base hits with Dave Parker. Very much might be done. Hits with right fielders. Maybe, probably not, but maybe. PXP with Parker's teams. This is why we tried to overlap. You know, CC Sabathia as a Brewer is going to help you with Dave Parker because Dave Parker played on the Brewers. That's why I tried to do Phillies, because Billy Wagner was a Philly and Dick Allen was a Philly. So that's double dipping there. That was kind of my thought process. And yeah, so I think this will move at a reasonable speed. 500 PXP, you might be able to do. Is double PXP still going at time of recording? I'm recording Monday night. I can't tell. It might still be going on. It's been on for like 7 weeks straight. So maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. The grind is not hard. The grind is just a little longer than I typically enjoy it to be. But we've asked for grinds to be meaningful, and that is why I'm not complaining about it. Because we can't ask for something, be granted something, and then complain about the thing that we asked for, because it gets all convoluted, and it makes your complaints meaningless. And our criticisms meaningless. The whole point is that our criticisms mean something, and that we see action on them. That's how I like to view it. So I'm kind of down for the Hall of Fame content, and largely I'm kind of down for all the content that's come out since the All-Star game. It's good. My biggest critique, and I've said this, and I think there's mostly agreement in the community, is that there's just too many damn collections. But I'm happy that the Hall of Fame content didn't come with its own collection. Like, yes, of course, Jose Batista was there, and you could collect in tiers to get Dick Allen and Billy Wags, which are cool. I also didn't realize that there were 95s of each of them, because I collected on my phone. So that's fun. Look at that. I enjoyed the way this was put together, baking it in to the Jose Batista. I also think I could finish this now. I can, just to say I did. Completionist. I'm happy they didn't start dropping just like Hall of Fame cards everywhere. It would have been the opportunity to do it, and underneath it all, I would have gotten it. Like, how many Hall of Famers, Legends rights are in the game? They could have done some sort of neato program. Happy they did not. All you got was Allen, Wagner, CeCe, Dave Parker, Cy Young, who I haven't gotten yet, and Rod Carew. Someone asked me in the comments, hey, can you do a video? It might have been in Discord. Hey, can you do a how to pitch with video with Cy Young? No, I will not. And that's no disrespect to you, I promise. Cy Young probably stinks. I mean, we can look at him. Let's look at him. I haven't, because I pay no mind to these types of cards. K per 9 stinks. Hit per 9's okay. Stamina's great, but stamina's fake in this game. Control is really good. Along with BB per 9, his clutch is good. His velo 92. 4-seam 12-6 screwball, sweep, and curve changeup. He's a junk baller. He is a harder throwing right-handed junk baller, so he's Valenzuela, but harder throwing. But his shit looks good. I don't know. All right, I might change my mind. Maybe we'll do this for comedy. I don't know. In my head, I had Kluber getting a video this week. And then some combination of CeCe and Ubaldo Jimenez upcoming. Maybe we throw this Looney Tune in the mix. You know what? I'm going to buy him. Now we have him. To be determined. To be determined. I don't think he's good. But I could be wrong. So, you know what? We'll try. I'm here for content. Otherwise, good spot the game is in. We do have content coming today, Tuesday, the day you're listening to this. New World Series and Flawless rewards. They're doing them at the same time. And the Speedway Classic program, Conquest, End event. Speedway Classic's cool. Record-setting attendance for Major League Baseball, it looks like. I mean, I'm like 99.7% sure that all of the cards released will be Braves and Reds. Cross our fingers for 99 Acuna. And then we have lineup decisions to make, because Joey Bats going to third, Acuna going to right, Ted Simmons going to first. Lots going on. Spotlight drop on Wednesday. Really unique time for a spotlight drop. And then August 1st, outfield assist program. Are we just getting dudes with hose pieces? Outfields are already in a damn good place. You know, this is under the assumption you have everything unlocked. But like Ted Williams, Carlos Beltran, Jose Batista is the best outfield right now. You can go tiers down and still have a damn good outfield. Like, you don't need to have the three guys I mentioned. You could have a Judge or a Tucker. You could have a Bellinger or a Buxton. You could have Tim Raines. This guy DePaula ain't bad. James Wood. There are plenty of guys to play in left field. You move to secondaries like a Shohei or a Corbin Carroll. Like, your outfield, Soto. Outfields do be in good shape. Schwarber, some people have been running in left field, like lunatics, I've noticed. Outfields are in good shape, so I'm very curious what these outfield assist guys look like. I don't even know who that would be. Just people who lead the league in assist. I'm curious about that. That, on the surface, is one of the most unique programs they've ever done. I don't know if it's going to deliver. Sure hope it does, but, we'll see. Otherwise, that is the show, the podcast. If you're still grinding the Hall of Fame program, try out the lineup building tips I suggested. Might help you do it just a little bit faster. And let me know what you think. Do you like CC Sabathia? Do you also think Dave Parker got shafted a little bit by Batista being dropped at the same time? And what do you think about the grind? That's it. Love you guys. Thank you for being here for another week. Stay tuned for more content as always. See you next time.